Hi students, in last lecture we have started our first topic, units and measurement. From this topic in last lecture we have seen that what is the definition of unit, what are the types of unit, which are fundamental and derived units. The units which are used for measuring fundamental quantities are called as fundamental units. The units which are used for measuring derived quantities are called as the derived units. Then we have seen what is the system of unit. What is the system of unit? A set of fundamental and derived units is called as the system of unit. Depending on three fundamental quantities, length, mass and time, there are three systems of units, which was MKS, CGS and FPS. But while using this system, some problems were arising, so that all nations decided to develop a common system of unit called as the SI system. Okay, in SI system, SI means System International Units. This I have told you in last lecture. In SI units, there are 7 fundamental units, 2 supplementary units and several number of derived units. 7 fundamental, 2 supplementary and several number of derived units. Okay, from these 7 fundamental units I have told you in last lecture. Which are those? Which are the 7 fundamental units? Length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, amount of substance, luminous intensity. These are the 7 fundamental units. Length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, amount of substance and luminous intensity. For that you can see the last lecture. Okay, now here all of you knowing about length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, amount of substance. But luminous intensity is new point to you. Okay, then what is the luminous intensity? Luminous intensity, it is the physical quantity which we take as fundamental quantity. Okay, in SI system. Then what is the luminous intensity? It is the intensity of a source which emits monochromatic radiations of frequency 540 into 10 raised to 12 Hertz. What is luminous intensity? It is intensity of source of light which emit monochromatic light. Which type of light? Monochromatic light. What are the monochromatic lights? Monochromatic means a light having single wavelength is called as the monochromatic, and the source which emit such type of light having single wavelength called as the monochromatic light, having frequency 540 into 10 raised to 12 Hertz. Such type of source having some intensity, and intensity of that source is called as the luminous intensity. Understood? What is the luminous intensity? Intensity of the source which emits monochromatic light of frequency 540 into 10 raised to 12 Hertz is called as the luminous intensity. Then there are 2 supplementary units and several number of derived units. Okay, now in today's lecture we will see what are the supplementary units and derived units. Okay. First we will see supplementary units. Supplementary units. What are the supplementary units? Okay, in supplementary units there are 2 physical quantities which are plane angle and solid angle. Plane angle and solid angle. These are two physical quantities in supplementary units. Units of these plane angle and solid angle. Okay, here plane angle and solid angle are measured in some units, and units of these physical quantities plane angle and solid angle are called as the supplementary units. Okay, then what is the plane angle and what is the solid angle? See here, if we draw an angle on a plain paper, okay, if we draw an angle of 30 degree or any angle, say it is theta, okay, we call it as d theta. Then if we connect this is the arc. Consider this is a circle and we have taken some part of the circle like this, having angle d theta. Then this arc is AB having length ds. This is the ds is the arc length and radius of the circle is r. Consider a circle is having angle, a part of circle containing arc length ds, that is AB, composed of angle d theta, and it is having radius r. If we taken only this part here, then what happens? D theta is the angle made by this arc with the center of the circle. Then ds, what is ds? ds will be the length of the arc AB. Okay, then what is OB or OA? It is the radius of the circle from this circle. Okay, then we can find the plane angle d theta by the formula ds upon r, which is equal to arc length upon radius. See here, I have written d theta equal to ds upon r, which is equal to arc length upon radius. It is the plane angle. Plane angle is two-dimensional angle. It can be found by the simple ratio of the arc length to the radius. Okay. Then SI unit of the plane angle. This is the plane angle. Then what is the SI unit of the plane angle? SI unit of the plane angle is radian. What is the SI unit of plane angle? Radian. Okay. Note that SI unit of plane angle is radian. So it is the supplementary unit. We got supplementary unit which is radian. Okay. Radian is represented like this. If we have theta equal to 30 degree, so we can write pi by 6 radian. Okay, here theta equal to 30 degree, then we can write pi by 6 radian like this. Okay, so radian is an SI unit. Degree is not an SI unit, only radian is SI unit. Okay, then if we have angle theta equal to 90 degree, then we can write pi by 2 radian. Okay, like this radian is written. This is the symbol of radian. Or you can write radian like this. Here, if there is pi by 6 radian, then we can also write like this, pi by 6 small rad. That is the symbol of radian. Okay, understood what is plane angle? It is the defined as the ratio of arc length of the circle to the radius of the circle. SI unit of the plane angle is radian. Symbol of the plane angle is radian is RAD, or it can be written as small c. Okay, then what is the solid angle? As plane angle It is two-dimensional angle. Okay, then what happens with solid angle? Consider a sphere. Here we have taken a disc. Okay, there is a circle. Circle means two-dimensional body. That is, if we take a plate or disc and from that plate or disc we cut some portion like this, then it will be two-dimensional. But consider there is a solid sphere, that is a metal ball. Metal ball is three-dimensional body. Okay, if there is a sphere like this and this is a solid sphere like metal ball and we cut some portion of this sphere and taken out, then it looks like a cone. Okay, like this it looks like. See here, if there is a sphere, metal ball, from this you cut the portion this, then what happens? It look like this, means it becomes a cone shape. Okay, then there is a dA. dA means area of surface which is cut from the sphere. Then what is d theta? Here d theta is the solid angle. In place of d theta we can also write d alpha, because d theta here we have written for plane angle, so write here d alpha or d ohm you can write. Okay, then what is dA? dA is the area of the surface of sphere. Then what is d ohm? It is the solid angle. Then what is r? R is the radius of the sphere. Then how can we find out the solid angle? Solid angle is find out by the formula dA upon r square. It can be find out by the formula dA upon r square. So we can say what is the solid angle? It is the ratio of area of surface of the sphere to the square of radius of the sphere. Okay, what is the solid angle? It is defined as the ratio of area of surface of the sphere to the square of radius of the sphere is called as the solid angle. Okay, then plane angle is having SI unit radian. Then solid angle is having SI unit steradian. Having SI unit steradian and its symbol is small sr. Note, SI unit of solid angle is steradian and its symbol is SR. Okay, then plane angle is two-dimensional, solid angle is three-dimensional. SI unit of plane angle is radian, SI unit of solid angle is steradian. Okay, here radian and steradian, these are units which are supplementary units. Okay, what are the supplementary units? Radian and steradian. Okay, now we will see next what are the derived units. There are only two supplementary units which are radian and steradian, but there are several number of derived units. What are the derived units? The units which are used for measuring derived quantities are called as the derived units. Then what are the derived quantities? The physical quantity which depend on one or more fundamental quantities for its measurement is called as the derived quantity. अशी physical quantity जी दुसऱ्या कोणत्या तरी एखाद्या फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटीवर डिपेंड आहे, त्या फिजिकल क्वांटिटीला आपण काय म्हणणार आहे तर डिराइव्ड क्वांटिटी. आणि डिराइव्ड क्वांटिटी मेजर करण्यासाठी जे युनिट यूज केलं जाईल त्या युनिटला काय म्हटलं जाईल तर डिराइव्ड युनिट. ओके, आता आपण म्हणतोय की एसआय सिस्टीम मध्ये किती डिराइव्ड युनिट आहे? सेव्हरल का तर फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटीजचा यूज करून आपण नंबर ऑफ डिराइव्ड क्वांटिटीज फॉर्म करू शकतो आणि त्यामुळे त्या क्वांटिटीजचे नंबर ऑफ डिराइव्ड युनिट्स असू शकतात. बरोबर. त्यापैकी काही एक्झाम्पल्स आपण इथे आता बघणार. ओके. फर्स्ट क्वांटिटी हियर विल बी velocity. First quantity will be velocity. What is the formula for velocity? V equal to what is the formula? Displacement upon time. Then formula is displacement upon time. Unit or displacement and time, these both are fundamental quantities. Displacement means length and t is time. We know that length and time are fundamental quantities. So we can write here the unit of velocity, which is distance measured in meter and time measured in second. So SI unit of velocity is meter per second. Okay. Then we will see the next physical quantity, acceleration. What is the acceleration? Acceleration is symbol A, which is equal to velocity upon time. Acceleration is velocity upon time. See here, we have the velocity equal to displacement upon time. Okay, then we can write velocity equal to displacement upon time divided by this time. It becomes s upon t square. Okay, here s is fundamental, t is fundamental, then we can write the unit as meter per second square. S is measured in meter, time is measured in second. So SI unit of acceleration is meter per second square. Simply we have to remember that if we have to find out the SI unit of a derived quantity, then what we have to do, we have to convert it into fundamental quantities and then write the unit of that quantity. ओके. जर आपल्याला एखाद्या डिराइव्ड क्वांटिटीचं युनिट फाइंड आउट करायचं आहे तर काय केलं पाहिजे आपल्याला, तर त्या फिजिकल क्वांटिटीला, त्या डिराइव्ड क्वांटिटीला स्प्लिट करायचं. कशामध्ये स्प्लिट करायचं, तर फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटीमध्ये स्प्लिट करायचं. ज्यावेळेस आपण तिला फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटीज मध्ये स्प्लिट करू त्यानंतर आपण तिचं एसआय युनिट लिहू शकतो. ओके. सो एक्सेलरेशन इज हॅविंग द एसआय युनिट मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वेअर. नेक्स्ट, third is density. What is the formula of density? Density is equal to mass upon volume. Density is equal to mass upon volume. All of you are knowing that volume is represented by the formula L cube. Okay, then what is mass? Mass is the fundamental quantity, it remains as it is. Okay, m is written in place of mass and volume means L cube. Okay, then m upon L cube. Here m is mass, L is length. Length and mass both are fundamental quantities, so we can write the unit, mass having unit kg and length having unit meter. Meter raised to 3 means meter cube. Here SI unit of density is kg per meter cube. Here we are seeing that velocity depend on displacement and time, two fundamental quantities. Then acceleration depends on two fundamental quantities, distance and time. Then density depends on two fundamental quantities, mass and length. Okay, so we can say that here these quantities depend on fundamental quantities. For writing their units or for their measurement, we cannot find density without finding mass and volume. We cannot find acceleration without finding velocity and time. Also we cannot find velocity without finding displacement and time. So for knowing these quantities, we have to know some other quantities. So these quantities are called as the derived quantities. And units of these quantities, here meter per second square, kg per meter cube, these units are called as the derived units. Okay. Now next quantity we will see here: velocity, acceleration, density. Next is momentum. What is momentum? Symbol of momentum is P, which is equal to mass into velocity, where mass is the fundamental quantity, it remains as it is. Then V is the velocity. Velocity is having the formula S by T, that is the displacement upon time. So in place of V, you can write S upon T. Okay, here M into S by T. Here M is mass, S is displacement, T is time. So length, mass, time, these three are fundamental quantities. So we can write the SI unit. Mass is having SI unit kg. Here S means length. Okay, length is having SI unit meter. Then T means time. It is measured in second. So we can write this unit as kg into meter per second. Okay, SI unit is kg into meter per second. Okay, then fifth quantity is force. What is the formula of force? F is equal to mass into acceleration. F is equal to mass into acceleration. Here we know that mass is the fundamental quantity, so we cannot split it. Then what is acceleration? Acceleration means velocity upon time. So we can write in place of acceleration V upon T. Here M into what is V? V is the velocity, which is equal to S upon time. We can write in place of V as S by T upon T. Okay, so we get ms upon T square. ms upon T square. See here M is the mass, S is the length, T is the time. So there are three fundamental quantities: length, mass and time, on which the force depends. Here we can write the SI unit, which is for mass, SI unit is kg. What is S? S is the length. Length is measured in meter. Then T square, T is the time. SI unit of time is second. So we can write kg meter per second square. This is the SI unit of force, for which we can write capital N, that is Newton. Force is measured in Newton. So what is Newton? Newton is the SI unit of force. So Newton equal to kg into meter per second square. Okay, note here Newton is equal to kg into meter per second square. Okay, here we have seen 5 physical quantities: velocity, acceleration, density, momentum, force. Velocity having SI unit meter per second, acceleration meter per second square, density kg per meter cube, momentum kg into meter per second, and force kg into meter per second square, that is Newton. Okay, here these 5 quantities are derived quantities. Next we will see the 6th physical quantity, which is work. Next physical quantity is work. What is work? Symbol of work is W. Work can be found by using formula force into displacement. Force into displacement. What is the force? Force is mass into acceleration. Then into S. See here, in place of force I have written ma, and into S. We know what is M? Mass. It is the fundamental quantity. What is A? It is velocity of time, because it is acceleration. And into S, which is equal to M. In place of V, that is velocity, we can write displacement upon time divided by time into S. See here, work is equal to force into displacement. Force means mass into acceleration into displacement. Here acceleration equal to velocity into time into displacement. Here M, S, T are fundamental quantities, but V is not fundamental. So we are placing in place of V as displacement upon time. So we can write M into S upon T into S, which is equal to M into S upon T square into S, which is equal to ms square upon T square. Now here mass, length and time, these three are fundamental quantities. So we have splitted the work into three fundamental quantities. So we can write the SI unit as mass is having SI unit kg, S means length, it is having SI unit meter, kg into meter square per second square. Kg into meter square per second square, it is the SI unit of the quantity work. Work is derived quantity which depends on three physical quantity, length, mass and time, and SI unit is kg meter square per second square. It is also called as joule. The symbol is capital J. Work is having SI unit joule, and joule means kg into meter square per second square. Okay, then 7 number physical quantity we will see here. 7 number impulse. Impulse is having symbol J. Impulse is equal to force into time. Impulse is equal to force into time. What is the force? Mass into acceleration into time, which is equal to m into what is a? Acceleration is velocity upon time into time. Then dt get cancelled. It becomes mv. mv equal to m into what is velocity? Displacement upon time. See here, impulse equal to J equal to force into time. Force is mass into acceleration. What is acceleration? Velocity upon time. And into t, tt get cancelled, it becomes mv. In place of v, you can write displacement upon time. Here there is mass, length and time. These three are fundamental quantities. So now we can write the SI unit, which is mass is having unit kg into S means length, it is measured in meter, and time t is in second. So the SI unit of impulse is kg into meter per second. Now observe that here impulse is having SI unit kg into meter per second. Also it is the unit of momentum. It is also the unit of momentum. So momentum and impulse both are having same SI unit as kg into meter per second. Remember, impulse and momentum having both same SI units, which is kg into meter per second. Next physical quantity here we will see, which is the power. Power means P, which is equal to work upon time. Power is having SI unit, formula work upon time. What is work? W upon T. What is W? Force into displacement upon time. Here S and T are fundamental, but F means force. It is not fundamental. So in place of force, we can write mass into acceleration into S upon T, which is equal to M into acceleration can be written as velocity upon time into S upon T. Then it will become like this. Here M Vs upon T square. See here, work is equal to force into displacement upon time. What is force? Mass into acceleration into S upon time. In place of acceleration, we have written velocity upon time into S upon T. then this T come to the denominator, then it becomes mvs upon T square. Here m and s, T are three fundamental quantities, m, s, T, but V is not a fundamental quantity. So in place of V, we can write s by T into s upon T square. Then what happens? It becomes ms square upon T cube. See, m, what is V? S by T into s upon T square. This T from numerator goes to the denominator, and T into T square becomes T cube, and in numerator there will be m into s square. So the formula will be ms square upon T cube. Now see here, mass, length and time. These three are fundamental quantities. So we can write the SI unit as, what is the SI unit? Say, what is mass? SI unit of mass, kg. Then S means length. There will be square of the length. Then meter square upon T cube. T cube means time raised to 3. टाइम से SI यूनिट का है सेकंड, मग काय येईल सेकंड रेज टू 3. व्हाट इज द SI यूनिट ऑफ पॉवर kg into meter square per second cube. What is the SI unit of power? kg into meter square per second cube, and we know that the power is measured in the SI unit watt. Okay, and symbol is W. So here watt is equal to kg into meter square per second cube. Watt means kg into meter square per second cube. Then we will see the next physical quantity, which is pressure. Pressure is P, which is equal to force upon area. Okay, force upon area. Force is equal to mass into acceleration, and area means length square. Then mass into what is acceleration? Velocity upon time divided by L square. Then m into, here m, t and L are fundamental, but V is not fundamental. So split V. What is V? What will be? S by T. Here is T. Here S by T. And upon L square. See here what we have written here, m into S by T upon T divided by L square. So now it will become like this, m into S remain to the numerator, and here T square goes to the denominator. Okay, T square goes to the denominator, and here there is a L square. See, mass into acceleration upon L square. Mass into acceleration is velocity upon time divided by L square. What is velocity? Displacement upon time divided by this time divided by L square. Then what happens? M remain as it is, S remain to the numerator. This T square, this T come to here. Okay, here it becomes T square, and this T square goes to the denominator. So it becomes ms upon T square L square. Here see that m is mass, s is distance, t is time, and L is also distance. So what we do here? Distance upon distance square. S means distance, L means distance. Then what happen? Distance get cancelled with distance. Then what remain? M upon T square L. Okay, it is length L. L upon L square, it becomes L to the numerator, denominator. Okay, now if there will be M upon L T square, so we can write the SI unit as, see, what is M? Mass. It is having unit kg. Okay, these two units goes to the denominator. Then T square means second square, and length is meter and second square. See, the SI unit which is having SI unit of pressure is kg per length is having unit meter, time is having unit second, and there is the square of the time. So square of the second. So SI unit of the pressure will be kg per meter second square. Okay, this is the SI unit of pressure. Also, we can write like this: pressure is having SI unit Pascal. Okay, and symbol is PA. Means Pascal is equal to kg per meter second square. Kg per meter second square, it means Pascal. Pascal is the SI unit of pressure. Then next physical quantity we will see, which is kinetic energy. Kinetic energy, all of you know the formula, which is half mv square. Kinetic energy is having formula half mv square. Here 1/2 is constant, it is having no unit. Okay, then mass is the, what is mass? It is the fundamental quantity. Then V, it is not fundamental quantity. In place of V, we can write displacement upon time. So S by T bracket square, it becomes ms square upon T square. Now here length, mass, time, these three are fundamental quantities. So we can write the SI unit like kg. Mass is having SI unit kg into S means length. Length is having meter, unit meter, kg into meter square, and upon T square means time square. Time is having SI unit second per raised to 2. Then the unit will be kg into meter square per second square. Kg into meter square per second square, it is the unit of kinetic energy. Now here note that kg into meter square per second square, it was the SI unit of work, and we measure the work in the unit joule. Okay, kg into meter square per second square, it means joule. So here also we can write it is equal to joule. So the SI unit of kinetic energy is also joule, which is equal to kg meter square per second square. Then last quantity is potential energy. Last physical quantity we will see as derived quantity, which is potential energy. Now potential energy is having formula mgh. Okay, here m is mass, it is the fundamental quantity, it remains as it is. What is g? G is the acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity, it means it is acceleration. So in place of acceleration due to gravity, you can write the formula of acceleration like velocity upon time. Next, into h means h is height. Height means distance, so it is length. Okay, so in place of m we have written m, it is mass. G means acceleration due to gravity. It means it is acceleration. So acceleration is velocity upon time. And into h means height. Height means length. Okay. So here it will become m into what is velocity? Displacement upon time divided by time into L, which is equal to ms upon t square into L. See here, m is mass, fundamental. T square, T is time, it is also fundamental. Then S and L, these both are distances. So we can write here ms square upon T square. Okay, because length and S both are having same SI unit meter. So S and L are multiplied and here becomes S square. Then ms square upon T square, it is the formula for potential energy. Then we can find the SI unit. What is SI unit of m? M means mass, SI unit is kg. Then S means length, SI unit is meter, there is square divided by T. T means SI unit is second, second raised to 2. That is second square. So SI unit of potential energy is kg meter square per second square. So we have seen now kg into meter square per second square, it means joule. So in place the SI unit of potential energy is also joule. Here note that work, kinetic energy, potential energy, these three quantities are having same SI unit, which is the joule, and joule means kg into meter square per second square. Today we have studied what are the two supplementary quantities and two supplementary units, which were plane angle and solid angle. These are supplementary quantities. Plane angle is two-dimensional, solid angle is three-dimensional. Plane angle is having SI unit radian, solid angle is having SI unit steradian. So radian and steradian, these are supplementary units. Then we have seen here number of derived quantities. Which quantities we have studied? Velocity, acceleration, then momentum, density, then impulse, work, force, then kinetic energy, potential energy, pressure, power. These are some physical quantities which are derived quantities, and we have seen these quantities with their units. Okay, so these units are called as the derived units. Okay.